Hi!
Hello and welcome to a new video from Cabina Doppia.
Today we are going to explore an ASR piece of software called Terpmate. Everybody's talking about this lately, so we will have a look and have a very honest review of it. But before starting, let us remind you how to follow us. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on our social media, Instagram, LinkedIn, and Facebook. And last but not least, have a look at our website, www.cabinadoppia.com, where you will find useful materials for interpreters, but mostly our interpreting technology courses for interpreters.
Okay, so let's move to the main part of this video, our honest review of Terpmate.
Yes, a couple of days ago, we came across a LinkedIn post by Dr. Bernard Song, the CEO and founder of GreenTerp, who declared that Terpmate, a specific piece of software specifically designed for interpreters and for automatic speech recognition, was about to be released for free forever. Am I right, Francesco?
So this changes a lot the landscape of the, let's say, ASR software available, because yes, Terpmate had been around for quite a long time. And I mean, it's free to download. You just go to gtmeeting.com. As you know, Terpmate is part of the GreenTerp suite. So that you know, the GreenTerp is made of many pieces of software. And so you have Terpmate, and you can see it here what they claim. I mean, so you can download it for free. It's an offline first ASR engine. So you both have an offline and online mode. Military-grade security guarding your words like state secrets, so it also claims privacy first. And also, you know,
other
functionalities. Just go to the website.
And have a look at that. But before moving on to the real core of today's video, let us remind you that this is not a sponsorship. This is not a sponsored video by any software house, not even by GreenTerp. We are simply making an honest review like, I mean, any other user could do, because we are interpreters, freelance conference interpreters, and we are also researchers and interpreters trainers. That's why we simply wanted to try and to test it out. But we are not sponsored.
And before moving to the actual application, just know that Terpmate is available for Windows, for Mac OS, and also for Android. So it can also be used on Android tablets and smartphones.
So mobile version, very interesting.
So this is how Terpmate presents to you the first time you open it.
The interface.
So the interface, you don't see anything there, but because the space is for the text that will pop up while audio is played. And you can see many things. You have a top bar where you can enter terms that you want, for which you want machine translation. The settings, you have consecutive interpretation mode. You can also adjust the opacity of the window if you want, you know, to use it on overlay, because GreenTerp says that Terpmate is great for having a single device while you're working on, for example, on an RSI assignment, for example, Zoom or a similar platform.
So everything from one single device.
Yes.
That's what they claim, at least.
So what's the core feature before starting and testing it at work? So if you go to the settings, apart from choosing your languages of choice, you can choose among 3 different ASR engines. You have GreenTerp Online, GreenTerp Offline, and, for example, using Windows, Microsoft Offline. So GreenTerp Online simply connects to a cloud ASR engine, and you have then the transcription, which should be or might be more accurate. Even though GreenTerp is now let's say pushing a lot on their offline ASR model, saying that Terpmate is an offline first application. And then Microsoft Offline, which sorts of hacks your computer.
That's what it does, actually.
Using, because it will use the live subtitling function that is embedded in Windows 11 and previous versions. We don't know what it does in macOS though, but this is what you have
Mac users
on Windows. So for this test, we will try it with the GT Online model.
Online version.
And then we will have another one in the future with the offline.
Yes, but for today, let's try the online version.
So there are, we've already uploaded our glossary, so then we will see terms recognition. And there is also a nice function called the bilingual reader, where you can upload documents and you can have the machine translation of them. So if you have, for example, a speech and it has been given to you at the very last minute, you can try and have the machine translation of it so that you can have something.
And these versions are aligned. They are parallel texts, so they are aligned. And I mean, the readability is quite good in our mind. But let's now look at the ASR function.
A couple of interesting functions. The twin track, especially for students.
This is very good for students.
Where you can record both the say original audio and your interpretation.
Yes.
And then a player to play back.
With 2 tracks.
And also the real-time translation, which is sort of pop-up window with a real-time translation of what the ASR engine recognizes.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to test it, them.
Yeah,
so you know that it exists. But let's go to the core part of this. So we will now play a speech that we've prepared ourselves, and we've asked the 11 labs to read it aloud.
Yes.
And then we will see how the term recognition and number recognition works, and how does it keep up, because as you will hear, it will be a very technical and fast speech.
It's challenging. That's why we chose it. It's full of numbers, quite fast. Very fast, I would say. And also full of terminology we inserted into the glossary. So we uploaded onto
So we would like to open it now.
Yes.
Okay, here it is. So let's open it. Okay. And now we will start the ASR function. It takes a while, but then, okay, it has started. And we now
play
it.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you. Today we are not talking about an evolution, but a revolution. We are stepping into the era of quantum computing. To understand the scale of this shift, consider this. While a classical computer uses bits that are either 0 or 1, a quantum computer uses qubits. Thanks to a phenomenon called superposition, these qubits can exist in a state of 0, 1, or both simultaneously. This exponential power is staggering. If you have 50 qubits, you can represent 2 to the power of 50 states at once. That is roughly 1,125 trillion calculations occurring in parallel. But power comes with fragility. Quantum entanglement, what Einstein called spooky action at a distance, links particles so that the state of one instantly influences the other. However, maintaining this state is incredibly difficult due to decoherence and noise. To function, processors like the Google Sycamore or the IBM Q System 1 must be cooled to 15 millikelvin. That is roughly minus 273 degrees Celsius, colder than deep space. In 2019, Google claimed to have achieved quantum supremacy. Their 53-qubit processor performed a calculation in 200 seconds that would have taken the world's fastest supercomputer, Summit, approximately 10,000 years to complete. Why does this matter? Because of algorithms. Take Shor's algorithm. Currently, our cybersecurity relies on RSA encryption, often using 2048-bit keys. A classical computer would need billions of years to crack it. A fault-tolerant quantum computer run.
Okay, That's it.
Okay, that's it. So, okay, yeah, you can hear us. So,
Yes, that was a test, of course, we made on purpose to experiment and to explore a little bit which other functions. So in a nutshell, what you can see is that while it is transcribing, you can see the sentences in green, and then as you move on onto the next sentences, those lines will become black. What about numbers and term recognitions from a glossary? Numbers are highlighted in red, and the same goes for terminology inserted in the glossary, with, in parentheses, the suggested translation from the glossary you uploaded onto Terpmate. That's what we do.
yes, that's what we see, and
Yeah.
you can also change the colors. So it by default is green, while it is recognizing in red for highlighting, let's say, items. You can also change them to your, if you like other colors.
It's very customizable.
So it's very customizable, and yes, you have inline recognition, so you can see that it goes like this. And I mean, we've been using the online model, which maybe has a better performance than the offline model.
a bit more reliable.
But as you can see, it was quite a fast and technical speech, but it behaved well. I mean, it fared well. It also recognized some proper nouns like the Google Sycamore supercomputer, the
IBM
Q1 system.
Yeah.
Shore's algorithm, it would be without the E, Shore's, S-H-O-R, but still.
In any case, it was very reliable, generally speaking.
And even sentence fragmentation is not that bad. You can see that some of them might be a little bit off. Punctuation looks fine. Sometimes there is some slight mistake, but it's very hard for ASR systems to, put the right punctuation.
Punctuation is always and has always been a weak point for any ASR engine, because maybe punctuation will also depend on pauses and hesitations, which are perfectly normal in impromptu, improvised speech. So in general, we can say that it is very reliable, and it behaved quite well in our test, at least so far, for what we've seen.
The only thing that maybe we might say against it, but in inverted commas, obviously,
of course, because there are always
sometimes term recognition does not work properly. So, for example, in our glossary about quantum computing, decoherence was a term, and in this case, even though the word decoherence was recognized correctly, it didn't appear.
It didn't match with the term we actually inserted in the glossary.
I mean, we have this functionality which is very similar to Simon Note.
Yeah.
You can highlight and then it will appear here.
Yeah.
So
with a machine translation,
With a machine translation. So
yeah. So, in a nutshell, Francesco, we would like now, after this honest and simple review of this piece of software, we would like to summarize very quickly the main pros and cons, in our view, of course, for what we've seen so far at play. First of all, the pros. Well, the main pro is that it's free.
It's free,
As Dr. Bernard Song announced a couple of days ago. And it will stay free forever. That's what they say, at least. So very important, positive.
Forever is a very bold claim. So
but that's what they claim. What they claim so far. So it's free and also very reliable. The visual input is, in our mind, very good, because it's not confusing. It's simple, streamlined, straightforward, easy to use. The colorings, the highlightings, and the wording can be customized very, very well, so we appreciated it. And the application is also very easy to install and easy to launch, even at the first start. Very reliable, and latency, in our mind, is quite low. So another pro, another good point for this.
And then it also has those additional features that are very nice, like the twin-track recording.
Yeah, especially with students.
For monitoring yourself or students, but also for professionals. If you want to monitor yourself and you are allowed to record,
of course,
the audio coming into your computer, that could be very useful. In order to make a database of your own simultaneous interpreting performances.
Yeah.
Not just simultaneous, but also consecutive, because there's also consecutive mode.
Yeah, another pro is that we have the offline version of it.
Yes.
Which is something quite new, I would say, in the ASR for interpreters scenario, at least so far. So this is also good in terms of privacy issues and confidentiality issues. And moreover, I would say that it's been streamlined, it's very easy, to access. And also another bonus in our mind is that they have a version for mobile application, for Android, which is a plus.
That's a big plus to me, yes.
Yeah. Let's now move to the cons, let's say in inverted commas. What could be improved?
Well, as you've seen, while the text was scrolling, when the text filled the window, you cannot scroll it. So you will have the text at the bottom.
Yeah.
And what these might create is that you are always looking at the bottom of the window, and you don't have space.
Yeah.
It's like you cannot move the text, while it could be a good way to arrange it, or to be able to scroll a bit and to have a blank space, so that you can have, how can I say, it's more probably of a personal opinion, obviously. But to have that blank space that it's gonna be filled, so it gives you a little bit of air. It makes you breathe. I don't know how to.
We know that visual input is, is very important to process, especially in remote simultaneous interpreting, in terms of cognitive load and so on and so forth. So this is a good point, I would say, an important point to raise.
Yeah.
What's more in terms of cons, Francesco?
Yeah, for example, there are some solutions that GreenTerp uses, which, I don't know, they're not a con for me, but they might be for some other people. That basically, when you're using the online ASR model, or you're using the Microsoft offline ASR model, Terpmate sort of hacks your computer.
Yeah.
Meaning that, for example, if you want to use the online ASR engine or model, you need to install the GTE driver, which basically you choose your input and output sources there, and then the GTE driver changes the Windows settings without telling you anything. You just have, you just have a little pop-up saying audio sources changed.
Yeah, and this might be not very comfortable for any type of user, let's say.
No, because you go then to your Windows audio sources and you see that it has gone to, let me check, how is it called? The GTE audio.
Yeah, so quite weird, at least at first.
That's it.
At the beginning.
It's a way to make it work. So for me, for example, it's a pro because it's like, have automatic audio routing, which is great in my opinion.
Because you need no configuration, which is another good point.
Yeah, you don't need voice meter, you don't need those things that we, that we talk about.
And we've been doing for a long time, and it takes time, of course.
And if you use the Microsoft offline engine, you will see the pointer of your mouse going around the screen, opening some settings, and then quickly coming back. And you see that something moved, something changed, but you can't understand why. What does it do? It sort of, in inverted commas, obviously, hacks the live subtitling function or the accessibility functions of Windows 11. So, yeah, that's good, but I'm thinking about an average user clicking there, then starting the ASR engine, and then you see the mouse going around the screen, opening and closing things by its own. looks like you've got a virus, probably.
Probably. And also, maybe in our perspective, of course, another point for improvement could be the GT button, right, Francesco?
So you see, when we shared the screen before, you've seen that, yeah, normally you have a GT button on the left,
yes, you have this
which
button.
might be, a bit confusing or can take space. That button is used to show or hide the Terpmate window, and
Which is good.
which is good. In theory, you can move it, but it goes whenever it likes, and not
Yeah.
where you would like it to be. So that could be improved, but that's something about system UX that can be improved, maybe.
Absolutely. So these were the main points we found out in this short test, in these experiments we've been making over the last few days. First of all, we would like to thank Dr. Bernard Song and GT for releasing this free version so that we had a possibility to test it out.
And as always, if you like our content, you can help us growing our channel further by subscribing to it, and then you can also come and say hello to our website, www.cabinadoppia.com, or we are across all social media, so you can just look for Cabina Doppia and you will find us there. You can drop us a message or a DM. So
We hope to see you there. Thank you very much.
thank you very much, and
Bye-bye.
see you next time.
See
Bye.
you.